Up next is Tulsa and head coach Philip Montgomery. The Golden Hurricane is 2-4 overall, 0-2 in the American Athletic Conference. Tulsa was in action this past Saturday against Navy. Navy won the game 45-17. Up next, Tulsa takes to the road this Saturday. They'll be facing Cincinnati at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Central on ESPNU. Coach, thank you as always for joining us on the call. If we just get your thoughts on the game against Navy, please, and we expect to see as you take to the road on Saturday to face the Bearcats.
Well, very tough physical game. I think we had our chances early in the game. It kind of got away from us when we didn't take advantage of those. Obviously, when you're playing a team like Navy, you got to do a good job of establishing some things early. We hit some plays in there that could have been the difference makers, and weren't able to sustain that throughout. Malcolm is a special player, got loose on us several different times, and just got to do a better job there. As we look forward to Cincinnati, obviously they're playing extremely well, great in all three phases. They got a lot of talented players, know what the atmosphere is going to be rocking up there, and so got to be prepared for that part of it. But they're a hot team right now. Their quarterback is playing extremely well. They've got running backs that'll hurt you in a hurry. Receivers out there that can all run, and then defensively really flying around. We know we got our hands full. Got a big contest in front of us, and excited about the opportunity to get back on the practice field and continue to strive to get better.
Take questions for Coach Montgomery, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go to Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm good, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I know that you talk about, obviously, a victory is a victory and no moral victories, but your team has hung with teams this season, and obviously in the SMU game in 3 overtimes. Just what you're seeing from the team, and even though some of these haven't gone your way at the end of it all, just, what improvements you're seeing and what positives you're taking as you move forward.
Yeah, I think obviously, I feel like we've got a really good football team. The tough thing has been our schedule, and it's been a brutal type schedule, but we knew that going in. I think our team has gotten better every week. Last week, facing Navy, you got to change your whole defensive philosophy basically, and which is always difficult to do in 3 days. But we've got to continue to keep growing. I think we've got great leadership on our football team, and we're continuing to make progress. So I've been pleased with that part of it. Our guys are fighting, they're grinding, and we've got to continue that process.
And then as far as your quarterback, what you can say about Zach Smith at this point, 10 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, over 1,600 yards. I'm sure you want the completion percentage to maybe be a little bit higher, but just what you've taken away from his play up to this point.
Yeah, I think he's gotten better every week. I think he's a great competitor. He's got great leadership qualities about him. He stays calm in games. He's got a great arm. We've got a lot of young guys around him right now. We're young up front and young at receiver, and those guys are growing and getting better every week. And so he's a guy that I think can do it all, and does a great job of leading our football team, and has gotten, like I said, better every week.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Coach, you referenced your schedule earlier. I think every team that you've played so far has either been undefeated or had one loss coming into the game against Tulsa. And then looking ahead, the next 4 teams, I think on the ledger fit that profile as well. How is that? Does that help with in terms of preparation, knowing that there's not much room for error in terms of how you guys are focused and prepared going into each week?
I don't know about help. I know we're playing really good teams that are hot, and they're very confident in what they're doing, and so you got to do a really good job of continuing to try to find some weaknesses, find some areas that you feel like you can take advantage of, and then you got to execute at a really high level. I thought we played extremely well against SMU, and then you just got to go finish. It's hard. Teams that are on a roll and confident, they're expecting good things to happen, and so you've got to really do a good job of shutting the door when you have an opportunity, and that's going to be the same case again this week. I mean, Cincinnati's playing great. The only tough one they had was against Ohio State, who's done that to just about everybody. Beat Central Florida, which is always difficult to do, and so we know they're playing with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence right now, and we're going to have to go in there and match that with intensity and physicality.
And do you see a lot of similarities between your team and Cincinnati in terms of the toughness on defense and the stability at the quarterback position and the players you have at the skill position? Is it fair to say that these are two similarly oriented type teams?
Well, I think philosophy-wise, yes. Obviously, when you throw a comparison out like that, I mean, their record is going to be looked at compared to our record, and people are going to say that's crazy. But for us, I think we've continued to grow as a group. I think we're playing physical on defense. We've got to continue that nature about us. Offensively, I think we're getting better every week. We've got to continue that, but we just got to be more consistent, and we got to go finish.
Do you have any final questions for Coach Montgomery? Please star 1 on your telephone keypad. Coach, appreciate the time as always. Look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.
All right, thanks.